All right. So we have some bad news for everyone right now. So you're watching the start of PWOG live. Honestly, this is episode 9 with Ricky starts. But we have some bad news for you, amigos and amigas. Ken, do you want to enlighten us a little bit?
Yes, I would like to. Uh, yes. If you guys heard or saw why I was like breathing heavily, like a Chicago Bulls bull, uh, the first part of the episode, the first crashing, I think actually we had two crashes. When you watch what's saved on my IG live right now, I don't know if they can still see this one when we upload this. But there was two crashes, and the first one, since it was a crash, it's not the typical the audio was gone. It was a crash,
Yeah.
so I had no chance to exit it. I had no choice.
Yeah.
The phone went back to my home screen, and of course, there's no option to save.
Sadly.
And full disclosure, we actually had a recording prior, and just to try to explain this video, or just this part rather, and I actually mentioned that there's also a save feature, save to camera roll feature on IG Live. Of course, stupid old me didn't put that on because like everything I post on my stories will be saved, straight up. And there's a part of me that's sort of pissed at me for not turning that on. But there's no guarantee since, again, it crashed. I didn't exit it. It crashed the first time out of nowhere. So we're not sure if that's going to save regardless if it crashed. Because I have to press share.
So what we're referring to right now... What we're referring to right now is that the first part of the interview with Ricky Starks is sadly lost. We are regretful in saying that we weren't able to save it because of IG Live crashing, and it's sad to say that because in the first part of that video he had a very passionate, very fiery message that he gave to everyone who was watching, and yeah, it was just like it like struck a nerve with me and with Ken and with everyone who were watching that, he knows he's good and he's not afraid to show it. And we are sad to say that we won't be able to show it right now, but we still hope that you enjoy the upcoming like snippets or like the last parts that we were able to save from that PWG live episode. And just goes to show you that since this is live, we are live, pal. Anything can happen and crashes can happen, and we might also lose some episodes. So just goes to show you, amigos and amigas, that next time we do go on hashtag PWG Live, I hope that you do watch live so that you don't miss anything no matter what happens. Like moving forward, we'll still try our best to like bring everything that we record out to you guys in YouTube. But for right now, we're sorry to say that episode 9 or half of episode 9 is now a lost episode.
Yeah, I don't know how we can recover that. I'll try to talk to some people, try to engage some people, but from what I know, if it's on live and it wasn't posted, it wasn't ended properly, it's up to Instagram.
Well, we'll try our best.
It's a learning process, brother.
Yeah, it's a learning process.
It's a learning process to everyone, to you, to us, doing this thing for 9 episodes straight, and to the viewers. Again, it's called hashtag PWOG Live. It's live for a reason. So, to all those viewers who were with us while Ricky Starks, absolute stroke daddy for the ladies, explained, just pour his heart out on the show. Man, I was speechless. And being a fanboy myself, I was speechless. Actually, there was actually a moment too, because he's the second wrestler to appreciate what we do. The first one was Mike Bailey, the one with your episode, amigo. And the second wrestler to appreciate what we do in hashtag PWOG Live. Just, give everyone platforms to speed themselves. Just keep us sane, keep us productive.
Yeah. And
man, I don't know. So I was mentioning to the amigo that I'm sort of at peace with this. Sort of, not really. But don't be surprised for the viewers and the listeners of the hashtag PWG Live episode 9 with the one and only Ricky Starks. If we start off with half of the shoot your shot segment. But it was still a great episode to capture. At least we were able to see the ending too.
Yeah, it's a great episode, honestly. And we also apologize to Ricky Starks for not being able to put out that great message that he has for us. But it's a learning experience again, as you mentioned, and we'll do our best in future episodes. Hopefully, the connections won't be that bad, or whatever happened with Instagram might have been an Instagram problem, might have been an internet problem, but we'll work on it. We promise you that we will work on it, amigos and amigas. Anyway,
we'll be more than ready next time around.
Yeah.
And this is still one of my, if not my favorite episode of #PWOG Live. Other half is in my head, in your head, and the rest of the viewers who are viewing.
Yeah.
And Ricky Starks' head, and like, I don't know. Please, still do enjoy this episode.
Yes, we still hope that you enjoy this episode. And Ken, do you want to intro them to this episode? Which episode is it?
So this is episode 9 of #PWOG Live with the one and only extra talented. The men call him absolute. The women call him well, not hashtag, but like stroke daddy. Former NWA TV champion himself, Ricky Starks.
Enjoy it, amigos and amigas.
And again, well, apologies for what happened, guys. So, I don't know, let's try to get Ricky Starks back on the program, please. Oh my goodness, guys. Can someone tell Senorita JDL to please come back? Well, tell JDL to tell Mr. Starks to come back on the live. Hello, everyone. Hello. JDL, brother, I need your help, man. Can you please tell Mr. Starks again to go back on live? Thank you so much for the comment, for the pinned comment that I will put in. How do you do this? Man, to this day, I'm having a hard time pinning a comment on the IG Live. Freaking hey, guys. Okay, there you go. It's one old click. Okay, alrighty. Apologies for that, Mr. Stark. We will have you up. Okay. We are having Mr. Ricky Starks back on the program. Apologies for that disruption. Mr. Starks, I'm sorry about that.
No worries.
I don't know what happened. It just crashed. Anyway, let's go back to that quick photo. The dollar.
So what I was saying was that car is a rental that I took that in. I got hit by a drunk driver, and it totaled my car. It was my very first car I ever had that I paid cash for. So I lost that car. So I was in a rental for a bit. But on my first year of wrestling, when I was training, I didn't have much money, but for some reason I wrote "dream" on $1, and I put that $1 away somehow, and then I found it again when I was going through my stuff, and and that right there is just to signify, essentially where I came from and where I'm going, and I haven't seen that in a long time, so that's really cool to see.
That explains why in the caption it says like car and rest in peace right beside it. I thought it was like an Undertaker reference, but well, sort of it is. But
Yeah, my car was totaled, and thank God it wasn't anything worse. Thank God I wasn't in the car, but it just sucked, especially because I live in Austin. I lived in Austin by myself, and so I had no one. I had no family there, so not having a car in Austin was a very big pain. And then I only had that rental for maybe a week.
Dang, dude.
It's that, yeah.
So, like, you had to pay through your show money, more or less, like the money you earned from the shows.
I mean, that wasn't even a lot, because at the time, I was still, like, fresh when that accident happened. I wasn't making a lot of money during that time period. So the car was going to have to wait, and I'm not one to go and do payments on a car. If anything, there's two things I'm going to own in my life that no one can take away from me. I'm going to pay off in cash. It's just my car and my house. And those are the two things that I really, really try to do every year, is make sure I have these goals written where I constantly have, like, get a house to pay for in cash.
Yeah, so, like, you don't have to think of anything else.
Yeah.
So you can spend on your own stuff that you actually like. Okay,
right.
Thanks for sharing that story. We have 3 more photos because we're respectful of your time. We kind of went over time to the time we agreed on, but like...
well, let's see the pictures.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Ricky. So next one, please.
Dang, Hey, that's when we finally won the Wrestle Circus titles. And honestly, that was probably a year too late when we won those. We should have won those way sooner, especially for that company. But I love tagging with Solo. He's awesome. I just wish the company was a little bit better as far as showcasing their own Texas talent, and obviously that wasn't the case, and that's why they aren't around anymore.
What?
Yeah, Wrestle Circus has been gone.
So the video, I don't know if you saw the video of Orange Cassidy, like with the one with the yellow mask that trended online.
Yeah, that's old. That's an old video. Wrestle Circus was all just a money grab, and it was handled by a bunch of people who didn't know shit about wrestling, and they just had a bunch of privileged money, and that was it. And now, now they're out of business, and they don't run anymore, and that's really it. But I guess Wrestle Circus was fun for the fans, but as far as the talent there, they definitely they didn't do us any good. So, good riddance to Wrestle Circus.
Not that we're burning the bridge or anything, but we're moving forward with life, with our careers.
What bridge? Here's the thing. I can't burn any bridges. I know how to swim. So even if the bridge is burned, I'll just swim. So I don't care.
Yes, sir.
What are you gonna do? Unbook me?
And just be yourself, man.
It's a pandemic, yeah. What are you gonna do? I can't get booked on a wrestling show? Cool. No one can.
You know what? Speaking of pandemic, that could be a wrestling show. Well, maybe in a few more weeks, have someone do outline of your post. That one, it says social distancing. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Top of my head, I don't know, man.
Good idea.
Try. I don't know if it's gonna work. Tweet it first, because that's how great ideas start. The meme tweets, actually. I just saw recently. Next photo. This one, actually, your artist was online earlier, if I believe.
Yeah, that's from the podcast video, the entrance to the podcast video. So that's cool. I like how I look, though I could be a little bit too dark. I'm a little too tan.
Maybe
I don't want to be
more tan. I don't know, or more like. Hello, good evening, man. Sorry, it's technical difficulty. Sorry for the IG Live crashing again. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm telling you, there isn't anything. In one now. I'm contacting Ricky Starks right now, so everyone view. Right. Alright, okay. Ricky Starks is back. There you go. Good evening and good morning to the viewers in the US again. And apologies for that second technical difficulties. I don't know what's happening. So Ricky, I apologize again. I don't know what happened. I don't know why it got cut. I guess it's my internet. Guys, it's already almost midnight. What's happening? Alright, sir. Sorry. So we were on this photo, second to last photo.
Yeah, that's from the entrance animation for me and Sammy's new podcast on Sammy Guevara's YouTube page.
And that would be a regular thing, right, sir?
No way. He lives in Houston. That's 3 hours away.
Oh, so it's a one-time like catching up thing, and maybe Sammy decided, like, you know what, man, let's put out content right now. I don't know.
Probably. We didn't really think that deep as far as that podcast goes. Though I guess people want it to be a regular thing, but I actually don't like doing podcasts, like the sit-down podcast, because eventually you have nothing else to talk about.
That's true. I don't know if you guys were legit when you said 6 hours worth of content was there, but
no, it was maybe like 3 hours worth of stuff we talked about. Yeah, it was a lot. It was quite a bit.
Man, I can only imagine like Sammy editing everything, and I'm like, how do we?
He does. He does. God bless it, because I couldn't do it. I don't have the patience.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Last photo. I promise. Hang on tight, IG Live of here in the Philippines. Come on, man. Freaking one more photo. This one. This is the contract you posted, everyone, because this is an underrated tweet. This is your tweet regarding the public appearance 2020 of Ricky Starks. So, I don't know. What's the story behind this one, sir?
Well, I'm actually serious about that. A lot of people think I'm joking about that, but that's a real thing. And the reason I posted that is because it seems like everyone has a podcast, and everyone wants me to get on and talk. And it's like they all ask me the same questions, like where I trained and things like that. And I guess my biggest pet peeve about all of it is that we have people who just grab a mic and a video camera and say, "Oh, I'm a podcaster now, and I'm going to do interviews." And it's stop asking me what my favorite wrestler is, where I trained. You know what I'm saying? Stop asking me what got me into wrestling.
There was a third one who you slept with.
It's these dudes that just ask me the most basic questions that you can find online, and it's like you're lazy as a podcaster, as a journalist. You should have. You know what I'm saying? As a journalist, you should do your homework. Don't ask me where I started and who trained me and why I got into wrestling, because I've already talked about that. I've already talked about who my favorite wrestler is. Do your homework, do your research, look it up, and come at me with some better questions. It's not like it's not like that you know, some of these podcasts that people have on like Facebook Live or on What's Up Sports. I know who that is. He's awesome. It's like, it's not, these dudes have a podcast, they have a SoundCloud, and they go, "Hey, I got this amount of followers on Facebook, this amount of followers on Instagram, this amount of followers on Twitter. In total, that's 12,000 people. So I'm actually doing you a favor, Ricky, by letting you be on my podcast." And I'm just like, "Oh, really? Okay. Well, if you want me on, you got to sign this writer, and we'll do it." And they never follow up. They just want something for nothing. That's it. And I'm not with it. I don't care if you think that's going to get me more exposure. Brother, I've been on WWE Network. I've been on Raw and SmackDown. What exposure? What exposure?
They know you exist. I've
been wrestling for over 10 years. Trust me, if I haven't got the exposure yet, you can't help me, okay?
Yes, sir. GSG Sportswear is going off too.
That's David. He's a funny dude. I hope y'all are good, David. But they never put me on posters. He's a lie.
Oh my goodness. Actually, speaking of this contract, it's actually on page 2, page 3, I think. One of the requirements is if you are going to retweet it, it's going to be $100 with the comment, I think, or you're gonna ask a pizza place or a pizza of your choosing, from a pizza place of your choosing.
Yeah, that's the payment. The payment.
Amazon card. The one with the greeting, I think, of your choice.
The payment for doing a podcast is either a $10 Amazon gift card, which, come on, it's $10, or a pizza, a large pizza from my personal favorite spot, whichever that may be and how I feel. And they don't want to do it, so I, screw them. But you know what's funny? A lot of people get really angry when I say stuff like this because they take it like very personal, and it's like, oh God, get over it.
And maybe they can learn some ethics, right? Like how to approach people properly, not just wrestlers, but people in general, man. That's not how you approach people. You brag about what you can do.
It's a lesson in how to be a journalist. It's a lesson in how to be an interviewer. So.
Yes, sir. And on that note, that's like the highest of high to end. Thank you so much for being on that Shoot Your Shot segment.
I love that, man. That's a cool little segment you got there. There's pictures I haven't seen in a long time.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate that. Through the magic of iPhone. You know, funny story, I actually learned it. Speaking of this dude, I learned it from Sammy Guevara's live. I was wondering, why is he putting photos on the background? Because that's the only IG live I saw with the photos on the background. So I'm like, maybe I could do that.
I can't do it.
I think it's on the. If you're using an iPhone, it's going to be there.
Well, if people like BOW and David Schultz would have actually paid me a lot more money instead of paying me in burgers, I would have been able to afford a iPhone. But here we are.
Here we are on IG Live that showed that feature that you're not able to obtain as of the moment.
Yeah.
Again, Mr. Starks, we felt you on for so long, and you've been so gracious. Regardless of the technical difficulties, we're probably going to make a shirt out of that. I'm sorry for that. And before I let you go, I just want to say in our first episode, I coined you and Brian Pillman Jr. as one of my dream matches in my young 5-year career in pro wrestling. Hopefully soon, sir, I get to share the ring with you. And if I suck after that match, that's on me, man. I don't know.
That's what I tell everyone I wrestle with. Hey, before we go out there, if you suck, it isn't on me. But no, hopefully one day I can come to the Philippines and wrestle. I honestly, man, y'all should get Solo on. I think he's Filipino, and I think that I think he'd be fun. The thing is, the Filipino audience, they love wrestling, right? I love the Filipino culture, and like I said, I love Pansit. That's my favorite.
On Twitter, I remember that too.
Yeah, so like it's very fun to do this type of stuff, to try to at least talk to people that I wouldn't otherwise get to talk to, and just from there. And I love this. This was great. This was perfect. I would keep this up. This is a great structure to have. I was engaged. I had fun, and you brought some memories that I kind of suppressed, not negatively, but I just forgot about them.
And there are ways like I'm glad, first of all, that you appreciated it, and there are like just some memories that when you need to go back to, and it will rekindle that fire or push that hunger even more when you see it.
Yeah, especially during this time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like you can use all the motivations you could get as of this moment, and like that's just like something I thought just to pop the guests. Everyone had on like one of the most obscure photos I could find of them online. And I'm like, let me try. Maybe he's gonna eat this, or maybe he's gonna pop.
You never know until you try. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, man. I'm so humbled and grateful. Before we let you go again, maybe you want to promote your socials where people can find you on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, maybe TikTok. I don't know, man.
For sure. What's up, Latro? Well, you won't ever see a TikTok from me. The day I have a TikTok is the day that I am going through something emotionally, and you should ask what's wrong with me. But you can find me on Twitter, Starkman Jones. You can find me here on Instagram, Starky Baby, and then I have a Facebook too, which is under Ricky Starks. And those are the main places that you can find me. I have a merchandise website. It's rickystarks.bigcartel.com. International customers is going to be a bit much, but if you got someone who lives in the States, I can send it to them and y'all can figure it out from there. But yeah, those are the main places you can find me. And
Mr. Suede on YouTube. Mr. Suede on YouTube.
See, here's the thing. I don't really push my YouTube channel because I don't post a lot on it. And admittedly, I don't like having a lot of content about me out there because it's everyone. I'm about to go on a tangent, but everyone has content. Everyone wants to do content. Everyone wants to do this and that. I'm just like, I don't care to do all that. If I think of something funny to post, I'll post it. But I don't really stay on it like I like some people think I should. That's my prerogative.
And that's why Twitter is the perfect platform for you.
I love Twitter. I love Twitter and I love Instagram. I love Instagram because I can post pictures I want, and I love Twitter because I can just say whatever I want in that moment and then go from there.
Yes, sir. And on that note, again, on Filipino, we say thank you with maraming salamat. So maraming salamat. Thank you so much, Ricky.
Thank you, man.
Starks, absolute, extra talented, stroke daddy. Thank you so much. Hope to see you in a ring soon. Maybe just, maybe if I could be a manager, a 5-second segment, just kick me out, throw me out of the ring. I don't know, whichever.
I'll never say never.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Never say never. Please take care. Wash those hands. Try to stay indoors, but you can still do your walks if you want. Just social distancing. Maybe the shirt. Think about it. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, man. Y'all have a great one.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Likewise. Alrighty. Dude, fellas, ladies, gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging on, regardless of the second technical difficulties. The first one, Instagram Live, crashed on. Second, the audio cut off. Dude, man. Can I have my tag team partner, the tag amigo Jake De Leon, to rejoin me to sum up and just end this indie weekend on a high note. And if you're wondering what he posted, this is for the Tayo Movement Donation Drive for PPE. And brother, can you hear me?
I'm gonna come back. The audio was weird. Like, add me back on.
Alrighty. Man, I'm gonna think of a design. Well, of course, me and of course, Julie Jake De Leon, we'll think of a design to just make it says #technical difficulties. The heck's happening? Alrighty, Senorita JDL is back on the program just to close this off. Okay. Alright. The more words of Matthew McConaughey. Okay, brother, amigo, it says connect. There you go. Hello, good sir. Man.
That was amazing, Ken. That was amazing. Ricky Starks is an awesome amigo. He's a good dude. I have a question for you though.
Yes, sir.
Did you sign that primer? Do we owe him $10 Amazon gift?
Well,
you didn't tell me about that.
Later off. Bro, you should check out the contract first.
I didn't know about that, Ken.
What I love about the guesting with one Ricky Starks, man, it's just he kept it real. I'm not saying the past guest didn't, but like he wasn't afraid to say whatever he wanted to say, and I appreciate.
Hey, man. He had this one line that is etched in my mind forever, that he can't burn bridges because he knows how to swim. And I truly believe that should be on his shirt. That should be on his shirt. I mean, social distancing is awesome, but like after coronavirus, where do you go? But you can't burn bridges because you know how to swim. That is awesome. That is awesome for me.
And I was like, the fanboy in me was acting up the whole time, man.
Oh, I could see.
I said he's one of my dream matches to have this 2020.
I know.
Like we actually had him on the show, man. You know, like
get him and Solo over here to the Philippines, and you know PWOGs versus extra talented. You know what I'm saying? Extra talented. Know what I'm saying? All right. I just really have to say there's one thing about like like you said, he kept it real. He didn't like pull any punches. He didn't hide anything from us. That like you can see how much passion he like exudes for wrestling, and also how much passion he has because he has that fire in his eyes whenever he's talking. That is just amazing. And there is one thing that I really like about what he said, in that he knows he's good and he's not scared to show it. So he's just putting whatever he does out there. He knows what he does is good, and he's not letting anything stop him, no matter what critics say, no matter how many people hate him. That is something you have to admire about that person.
Absolutely. I was in a loss for words. He covered a lot, dude. Like a lot. Like, I actually felt it's not really burden, but like the frustration he was mentioning earlier. I felt it. It's because he wasn't shooting a promo. He was just keeping it real, man.
I know. I felt that fire. I felt it.
And yeah, I'm more than thankful. It's something like that. To hear something like that, it helps you, man. Because it's not being bitter. You mentioned it too. It's not being bitter. It's just knowing your worth. And you know, I don't know, man. But yeah, brother. That's how it's done to cap off the indie weekend. It's not just a weekend, it's indie weekend.
Indie weekend, and brother, it is late. This is the latest we ever had for PWG Live. I hope we don't have to do a 3 a.m. one. But if we do, I'll be there. Don't worry, I'll be there. But yeah,
apologies for the fans who kept asking questions, so we tried to get through you, man. IG Live tried to hold, freaking held on, brother, amigo. I don't know.
We good. But Ken, we had a great weekend. We had Mike Bailey yesterday. We had Stroke Daddy Ricky Starks this night. So how about we finish it off with some? Wait, okay. Before we finish it off, we have to plug things.
Go do
so you see that pin post right there at the bottom? It's for helping our frontliners against COVID-19. Ticketme.net. If you guys have the means to help out, if you have the resources, if you have the money to donate, please do so. If you can't, even a like, a share, just spread the word, and then hopefully we can help our frontliners during this very hard time of coronavirus. And of course, we also have coming up next week, PWR Wrestling from Home. I still don't know who the guests are. I haven't checked. But it's every Tuesday and Thursday, so keep an eye out for that. And we will be releasing, I'm going to put myself on the block here, we're going to be releasing the 2 YouTube videos from our 2 previous guests this past week. I'm going to, with Sadie and Ramon Bautista, hopefully I get this out also. That's a lot. That's a mouthful, Ken. I think you have to take us home right now. You have to take us home.
On that note, we are moving on with hashtag Reflection Sunday. So there's this saying, try and try until you succeed. I say it, and I add onto it with, yes, that is correct, because you wouldn't know or you wouldn't learn how to fly unless you get off your feet.
That's true. That is true. And Ken, don't you have something to say?
Yo, Ken, hashtag that. Thank you so much for joining. Man, it's already Monday.
It's Monday.
Sunday and Monday. I'm
Yeah,
so
we're gonna be
hashtag PWOG Live. Hope you enjoy your beds, your respective beds. And thank you so much for joining us. Watch us on YouTube. Be safe. Be kind to everyone. Be passionate. Do whatever it is that makes you happy. Thank you, everyone.
And good night.